We are all taught to be helpful and do the right thing, but sometimes this right thing doesn't lead to the conclusion we expected. As we find it, the hitchhiker and the road not taken. My mother told me I should never do it. Friends told me I was crazy to do it. And the law agreed with my mother and my friends. I agreed too. Usually. This particular time, however, it just seemed the right thing to do. I pulled my car over to pick up a man who was walking along the side of the road. I encountered him on the entrance ramp to I-40, just next to Burns Park on the northwest side of Little Rock, Arkansas. He appeared to be old and frail. His posture was quite stooped, and he was shabbily dressed. A paper sack was hanging from one hand, and a cap was sort of crammed down over his head, possibly to keep the sun from burning his skin. I pulled over to the side of the road and rolled down the window. "Hello, sir," I said. "Could I take you somewhere?" "Well, yes," he replied. "I'm on my way to Albuquerque." "Okay," I said. "I'm going to Hot Springs. I can take you that far. Climb in." And he did. Up close, I could see he indeed was frail. In fact, he looked like a bag of bones. He didn't appear to have any hair, which probably accounted for the cap he was wearing. I also noticed he didn't have a tooth in his head. "Well, sir," I said, wanting to find out more about my mysterious passenger. "So how long have you been on the road?" "Oh," he answered, "several days." "Where did you start out?" I asked, still probing. He named a place up north. By this time, we had swung onto 430, and we were on the bridge that spans the Arkansas River. Always a beautiful sight. It was especially pretty this day. The river was responding to the warmth of the morning sun by glistening, sparkling, flashing rainbows in the air. I commented on how pretty it was and said, "I'm on my way to see my folks in Hot Springs." He didn't respond. I spend most every weekend there. After a hard week's work, I really appreciate the R&R on Lake Hamilton. He still didn't respond. We'd gone by the motels and eating places and were zipping past the Baptist Medical Center. My passenger remained silent. "You've undertaken quite a trip. Do you hit the road like this often?" "No," he said. "This is my first time." I said. I wouldn't know where to sleep or how to keep from being robbed or killed. "Well, there are Salvation Army medical facilities and places like that. They give you a shower and a clean bed and food and fresh clothes. I don't have much anything with me, only a change of clothes and a couple of dollars." "Where did you sleep last night?" I asked. "Last night, I slept on a picnic table in the park where you picked me up." "Creature of comfort that I am," I replied. "Sounds to me like it would be hard. Too hard to have a good night's sleep on." He nodded and said something about doing what you have to do. "It's a long way to Albuquerque," I said. "I've been there a couple of times. It's really beautiful there." We swung onto I-30, the new Benton Highway, the one that would take me to Hot Springs and my passenger on through Texarkana and on to Albuquerque. The highway was busy with constructions and traffics into all kinds of interesting shops, stores, restaurants, clothing stores, and tourist attractions. So far, I had not been able to find out much about my mysterious passenger. Do you plan to go back home the way you came? On the road?" "Oh, no." He paused briefly and gave me a sideways glance. "You see, I have cancer. I'm dying. on my way to my sister's. She'll take care of me till I die. Stunned, I say, oh, I see. But I really didn't see at all. Suddenly I learned more about my mysterious passenger than I really wanted to know. Certainly more than I could handle at this time. I was silent. He spoke. How long till we get to Fort Smith? Shocked again, I respond. Sir, we aren't going to Fort Smith. We're going to Hot Springs. From there you can go on through Texarkana and then to Albuquerque. Maybe you can get a ride straight through. But he appeared agitated. You can't get to Albuquerque through Texarkana. You have to go through Fort Smith to get to Albuquerque. Oh my. I shook my head. I always went to Albuquerque by air. I just know it's west. I didn't realize all the roads didn't lead there. He turned in the seat and looked behind us, maybe measuring miles lost. Now approaching the Shoney's on the west side of Benton, I pulled off the interstate and headed over the overpass. Maybe you can find a ride back the way we came. And then on through Fort Smith. I apologized and gave him all my cash. All 28 cents. Guess I travel light too. I think about it from time to time. I didn't intend to harm him. My motives were just. I certainly know there are many lessons I've learned from this brief encounter. But like, especially, you can't take a man where you're not going.